Hi, my name is Sarah Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tad bit different. As some of you guys may know, on Tuesdays I do makeup videos and Thursdays I do awareness videos. Last week, unfortunately, I wasn't healthy enough to record my Tuesday or Thursday video. So I thought today we would do a sort of two-in-one video. While I'm doing my makeup, I'm going to talk to you guys about a mental health disorder. It was going to be the video I was going to make on Thursday. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So we're going to talk about it today, and that mental health disorder is borderline personality disorder, or BPD. And why I chose this topic is because it's something I struggle with and been only recently diagnosed with. So I also want to talk to you guys kind of about some of the stuff I go through, also like the cause, what it is, and some of the signs and symptoms, some facts, things like that. And again, all while I'm doing my makeup. So it's again a two-in-one, and I hope you guys enjoy it. With that out of the way, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload. With all that out of the way, let's get into the video. First things first, we're not going to start with primer, we're going to start with foundation. With that said, what is BPD, borderline personality disorder? It is a mental health disorder that is viewed by its ongoing instability in moods, behaviors, and self-image. People with BPD, I have to grab my brush, experience intense emotions for an extended period of time, and that could be anywhere between hours or even days, really. And it's hard for them to calm down. Once you're in that high state of emotion, calming down is often very difficult. You are very emotional, and it's something hard for people to understand. It's something you can't control. Okay. Now we have our foundation blended. We're going to go to concealer. So, the type of emotions you deal with, or some examples I should say, that people with BPD often deal with are things like anger, anxiety, and depression. And 1.6% of people are diagnosed with BPD. Now we're going to use some powder. Here we go. Gotta find that right brush here. With BPD, borderline personality disorder, is often diagnosed in early adulthood. Got to powder my face here. Make it nice and smooth. Alright. Let's do bronzer and blush, and then I will tell you the 9 signs and symptoms that make up the framework of borderline personality disorder. Why I say that is because I actually have to stop and physically read them to you. So this bronzer is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Alright. Oh, I forget to also do underneath my chin and my nose. How are you guys doing today? Okay. Now we are going to do blush. One of my favorite parts of makeup. This is the Burt's Bees blush in cinnamon. Toasted cinnamon. Toasted cinnamon. Okay. With that out of the way, let's read the 9 signs and symptoms of borderline. So the first one is intense fear of abandonment. Number 2 is pattern of unstable, intense relationships. Quick change in your self-identity or self-image. Periods of stress-related paranoia. Impulsive and risky behavior. Suicidal thoughts, threats, or self-injury. 7, wide mood swings. Number 8, feeling emptiness. And number 9, intense anger. So those are the 9 signs and symptoms. Let's do highlighter. So what is the cause of BPD? There's no exact cause of BPD that is fully understood, but there is said to be a combination of factors. Things like genetics. If somebody in your family has BPD, you're at a higher risk to being diagnosed with BPD. There's not genes fully associated with the makeup of BPD. Environmental factors, you can develop BPD from having traumatic stresses in your life, or traumatic event that happened. And then things like brain function, a portion of your brain that controls emotions, decisions, and judgment that may not be communicating correctly can influence BPD. So I'll tell you a little bit of the things that I go through with BPD. Not everybody goes through the exact same thing. Everybody's BPD is different. Just like everybody's things they go through health-wise is different. Like I've said in my Crohn's disease videos, my IBD videos, not everybody's IBD is the same. The same goes for mental health disorders. Not everybody goes through the same thing. Not everybody's anxiety state is the same. Depression, blah blah blah. Not everybody goes through the same thing. So I have a huge fear of abandonment. When I'm in a relationship, this is so bad. I'm one of the, and I can admit it, I'm one of the worst people to be in a relationship with. Because I think the person I'm with is always going to leave. Or that I am always doing something wrong, or that they don't love me enough. But on the other end of the spectrum, when I love someone or something, I love deeply. Like I care so much. And that's why I said our emotions, we feel emotions so heavily. Like we're over emotional people. We have high emotions. We feel so much different than other people, and that makes us so much different and unfortunately difficult people to be around because of that. But it isn't our fault. It's unfortunately the way we are. I get angry very easily. And there is no calming down from that. It's like 0 to 100. And it's like there's no gray. It's just black and white when I'm angry. There's no in the middle. It's either this or that. That's it. And then I always say I see red. Like I get that angry. There's no stopping it. Again, with emotions, when you're feeling really good, you're feeling like really high, you're extremely high, like you're extremely happy. But when you're sad, you're really low. You're really depressed. You're really to the point that this might be triggering for some people, but you're almost so depressed that you're suicidal. Like, it's that low. What else? Like, one of the signs is feeling empty, like, I mean, there's no real explanation there, that's just how you feel. I mean, just think any emotion that you could possibly feel, that's what we go through, and it's so intense. I know my, like, identity changes depending on who I'm with. Like, you almost kind of adapt to them, who they are. I always say, like, there's two sides of me. There's the rocker chick, then there's the hippie side. They're two sides of the spectrum. Completely two sides. And then it just constantly changes, like, and I'm sure a lot of you will be like, well, I go through the same thing. But and I know some people think everybody has BPD. I've heard that before. But it's a real thing. It's very difficult to live with it. Hold on. Another one is self-harm. Trigger warning again. Mine isn't self-harm in the way of anything. Do you get it? Mine is trying to OD. That's my self-harm, unfortunately. So like suicidal thoughts, those are my self-harm. It's cold. Okay, so what else can I say about BPD? It's a very real thing, no matter what people think about it. Some people think like things like anxiety don't exist, that it's all in your head. Some people think BPD is just bull. Like, I mean, I guess to each their own, but it's very much a real thing. It's very much a hassle to live with. It's exhausting. And treatment, there's no medication to be put on to treat BPD. The best treatment is DBT, dialectal behavioral therapy, which what that is a group therapy where a licensed therapist teaches you coping skills to help manage your symptoms, to help cope when you are in a crisis situation. You know the pain scale, 1 to 10, where's your pain at? Same goes for your emotions. Your emotions can be at any point on any level of that scale. If it's 7 or above, that's a crisis situation. And you need to stop and try to not make it better, but your goal is to not make it worse. And with it already being almost impossible to calm yourself down, you have to use your coping skills to try to not make that situation any worse, to try to come back to reality. And it's a difficult thing. What else can I say? I've been in the group for about 2 months now, and to be honest, it's very helpful. I've noticed a difference with my anger. I'm controlling it more. it's just been helping. So it's a year-long class. So we'll see. Yeah. So you guys, if you have BPD, leave it in the comment section below what your story, and we can relate together. And I hope you guys learned something. That's it. This is the finished makeup look. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!